Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to review another way that you can create a second way that you can create beveled text. And also to show you guys when you're using some of these kind of scripty fonts, not like a straight sans serif font or something like that, and you use the effects feature, the 3D effects feature, to create your bevels. There's a little work that you got to do with it. So one of the things that you're going to want to do is take your top layers of your text, and you're going to want to put them on their own layer. So that way we kind of got them isolated, and it doesn't work as easily as it does with sans serif fonts, and I'll show you what we mean by that. Is that, so we have this, and I've kind of already done one here to show you what it looks like. But if I go into what they call wireframe mode, which is view outline, Command Y, you see all of these here. That's each individual section. So like you can see in mine up here how I've already went through it before the tutorial here to show you that I simplified all of these. So to kind of get out of wireframe mode, to kind of show you, it's not like one, I had to create this one shape, this one shape, this one shape. You can see where I click on them, it's these little individual ones, and you got to use the Pathfinder to do that. So I'm not going to do all of these, but so for example, this is two sections here. I would select them with my direct select tool, and I would use under the Pathfinder palette the Unite feature, and you can already see it, it just causes problems. There we go. So we're going to lock my top layer. That's probably why I was causing that problem. So if I want this to be a shadow layer, then that means these guys, I would have to select them and unite them, select these two guys and unite them, select these two guys and unite them, and that creates one whole shape. That's my shadow shape, and I can select a couple of these guys and unite them as well. This would be like a highlight, so it'd be the same thing. I would be selecting all of these guys, as many of them as I can, and unite them into one shape. So, and it just, is time consuming. So that's why I'm always kind of hesitant in terms of showing this trick. Sometimes it's what has to be done based off of a font that you've chosen or whatever, but in the end, that's what you got to wind up doing. You can see that we already had some problems, so I'd have to back up in my histories so that I could select them again. Okay, there we go. And then once they are, path, then I could select this guy. And actually, I'll go ahead and finish this one out so you can see it. But yeah, so this is a way to do it. Not an ideal way to do it, but sometimes the font that you choose dictates it. So that'll be enough that we can do, so that I can select this guy, and I'll make him my highlight color, and select him, and I'll make him my shadow color, and so you would just kind of keep on going like that until you had more unified pieces. And that's another way that you can get a bevel effect, but it's using the 3D effects tool. It's just to show you guys that depending on the font, sometimes you're gonna have to go in there, and it's usually in my experience, thick and thin fonts, where they have these kind of thin areas and then thick areas, that's where it winds up happening at. So it's a second way that you can create beveled text in Adobe Illustrator.